Hi guys, welcome back to Dynamic DIYs. I know this isn't a day I normally upload, but I'm doing a Mother's Day special this week. If you remember, in my last video I told you I'm going to be doing like a holiday video this week, and well, none of you actually emailed me for like an answer or a guess, so now you know it's Mother's Day. I'm going to be showing you how to make this card, and it looks like an ordinary card, right? Well, you're wrong. Inside, whoop, pop up. It has your mom on a bench. Well, I guess it's technically my mom. But that's what I'm going to be showing you how to make in this video. It's going to be the exact same colors and all that, so it's hard to be really silly to make like, two cards, one to show in the video and one for this example. But when I say inside and outside in the video, I mean that the inside is this part because the pop-up part is the inside and the cover part is the outside. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for part 2 of my Mother's Day special. And watch till the end to have a hint on what that's gonna be. Well, now let's get started. Okay guys, this is what you're gonna be needing. I know this looks really messy, but it's basically just some simple supplies. So you're going to be needing 2 colors. So you're going to be needing one for the inside and one for the outside. So I'm actually going to be using blue for my inside and this little orange-ish pink for my outside. You're also going to be needing some glue. And so you're also going to need something to just like decorate color with. So I'm going to be using watercolor markers and colored pencils for that. You can use just anything you want. As long as it doesn't bleed through, you're okay. You're also going to be needing a ruler just to do like some basic cutting and measuring. And scissors for the cutting. You're going to need a pencil, an eraser, and you're also going to be needing just like some scraps of paper. So we're going to be needing like about this big amount of paper. So if you guys have like a paper scrap in our home or something, then that would be the perfect thing to get right now. Okay, so now let's start making our card. Okay guys, so for the first part, you're just going to be needing your 2 pieces of paper, your pencil, your ruler, scissors, and maybe an eraser. So you want to decide which one's going to be your inside and which one's going to be your outside. So like I said before, my blue is my inside and the pink is my outside. So my papers are like the exact same size. So if yours are not, then that's perfect. You can just skip this step. But if yours are the exact same size, we're going to need to cut off like about a centimeter of the paper you want inside. So you just want to take a ruler and from the top, so you're going to do the outside paper now. So from the top of the inside paper, we're just going to measure a centimeter and we're going to just draw a line over there. So it's really up to you how much you cut off, but honestly I think a centimeter is a good amount. So that's how much I'm going to be cutting off. So, and you just want to make these lines all the way around so you know how much you need to cut off. So now that I have my 1 centimeter lines, we're going to go ahead and cut this. So I'm going to take my scissors and we're just going to cut along the lines. The paper that we cut off is just going to be scrap paper, so you can just like throw that away or put it in your scrap bin. Okay guys, so I'm done cutting. I have my 4 pieces of scrap paper here. We can just like put those aside or something. So now my inside paper is significantly smaller than my outside one. Now we're going to do the little pop-up piece of it. So for this part, we're going to be needing scissors, ruler, pencil, the inside paper, and maybe an eraser. Okay guys, so right now before we do anything, you want to decide if you want to have your mom sitting on a bench or a chair. I'm going to go ahead and do bench because I feel like it fits my whole blue sky background better. So now we want to fold our inside paper hamburger style. So hot dog style is when you fold it this way with the two long edges together. Hamburger style is when you fold it with the two short edges together. So we're gonna do hamburger, just like that. And now you're gonna take your ruler and you're gonna place it on the closed side. So not the open one, but the closed side. So just like that. So now you want to decide like about how big you want the bench or chair to be. Let's say I want mine to be 3 inches. You want to make sure you have an equal amount of distance from both sides of your paper. So like let's say I go 2 inches from this side and I go 2 inches from this side. So that is about 3 inches with an equal amount of distance on both sides. So you want to do that. I think for my bench, I'm actually going to go with 3 inches because I feel like that's a good amount. So you're just going to draw your line where you want your bench to start and where you want it to end, 3 inches. So now we're done with the ruler and we're just going to decide how like big like the width of the bench is going to be. And I think that shouldn't be a very large amount. So you're just going to make it however large you need to. So by the width of the bench, I mean, so like here's your bench and you have the base on the side. So this is the line over here is how much the side is going to be. So that's not usually very big for benches. So I'm not going to make mine very big. So once you make your width, then you're just going to make a line across the two. So I'm going to use a ruler for this part actually because I'm really bad at making straight lines. So you just want to connect your two lines. Okay guys, so I think this is a good size for a bench, and just be aware that when you cut it, you're gonna have a little bit of space at the bottom too. So just be aware of that depending on how big you're gonna make your bench or chair. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this actual pop out. So once again, it's really important to make your lines and everything on the closed side. So not the open one, the closed side. So once you have everything ready, we're gonna go ahead and cut. So you wanna take your scissors and we're gonna cut on these two vertical lines over here. Just cut them to the top. So like that and that. Perfect. So now we're gonna pop this out. So you wanna open your card and from the outside, we're gonna go ahead and just push. So we push in, and then it starts to like pop out. You see it, and this part's gonna be a bit tricky, but that's just how it is. You have a little folded line over here in the middle, and we just want to fold on that. So, but we want to fold towards the inside. So, just like that. And now we have it popped out like this. And now you can see my little bench. So if you think that your little bench over here is like the sitting part is too small, then you can cut that over here a bit. But just be aware that's gonna be a little weird when you fold it back down because it won't be even. So on the outside, we have this little part over here, and we're just gonna fold down like this. So if I pop it open, there's my bench. So now we are done with the pop-up part. Our next step is gonna be to make our mom. So for this step, we're gonna need your card open, your ruler, scissors, pencil, eraser, as well as your scrap papers. So the first thing we're just gonna start with is making the face. So I'm gonna be using this tan color. And for now, we're not gonna need the card or the ruler. We're gonna need those later. So you have it, and we're just gonna be making the face. So you can make it however big you want, and when you make the face, make sure you include the neck as well. Now it's totally optional. If you don't want to make it like using different parts of papers, you can also just make it with colored pencils or like, you know, crayons. You can just directly draw it on the card. So I'm going to do the paper just because I like it. I feel like it looks better. But if you want, you can just make it directly on the card. So here it is. Now you just want to cut this out. And if you guys are not going to be attaching hair separately, then make your face so it includes the hair. So I'm just going to cut this out. And now I'm gonna not be needing this until later. So I'm just gonna fix up my face cutting a little. So guys, here's my face. This looks really weird right now, but you're gonna draw some eyes and a nose and a mouth on it. So I'm gonna be using my watercolor markers to do that. So you just want to draw them on. So I have my little face over here, and now I'm gonna be adding hair to it. So I recommend the best way to do this is to take whatever hair color you're using and just take the head, place it on the paper, and then make the hair this way. So just draw it out. And so I have it, I don't know if you guys can see that really well, but I have my little outline like that, and you're just gonna cut on the line. So we're just going to glue this to the back of the head. And remember guys, it's always better to cut bigger than smaller, because if you cut bigger, you can easily trim it. If you cut smaller, then you're going to have to redo it. So now, I'm going to go ahead and stick it on. So I'm just going to take my glue, and I say put it on the head, because if you put it on the hair and it's like too up or down, then it's going to end up looking bad. So I have it, and I'm just going to stick it on. Like this. So here's my head, and now we're going to go ahead and make the shirt. So this is the part where you're going to need your card. So first go ahead and look. So this is the top of my paper. So I'm going to have it like this. And this is also the part that you're going to be needing to measure. So this is the color I'm going to be using for the shirt. So if I have it like this, then that means I can't have my shirt any bigger than this middle line over here. You can move your head higher up the paper. Just don't move your shirt any lower than the middle line. Because or else it's gonna look weird. Because you have this like this, and it doesn't make sense to have the shirt over here. So my shirt has to be around this line. So once again, I'm gonna go ahead and place the head. Place your head at the very top. So I'm actually gonna be going ahead and making a dress, because I feel like that's gonna look better. So you just make it however you want. Like I said, this is a pretty like freestyle project. So my dress doesn't need to follow that line because, you know, it's a dress. And I'm warning you guys, I'm not the best artist, so don't try to copy. Okay guys, here's my cutout dress. And now I'm gonna go ahead and attach my, so if I attach it all together, it's gonna look like this. So first what I'm actually gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to decorate the dress. So I'm going to take, my watercolor markers, and I'm just gonna go ahead and decorate it. Okay guys, so this is my finished dress, and I don't know if you guys can tell on the camera, but the green things are supposed to be the leaves. So now I'm gonna attach the head. So you want to put the glue on the back of the shirt. Just like this. And then you attach the head. And then you want to take your little pop-up card over here. And if I have it to sit, it's gonna be like that. So I know that looks really bad on camera, but trust me, when you do it yourself, it's gonna end up looking way better. So I'm actually gonna first make some legs, because it's gonna look really weird if I have like a dress with no legs poking out. And this is the part that some of you guys may want to measure. So since I'm using a dress, I don't really have to measure this, but you're going to measure how long this thing is, and that's how long you're gonna want to have your pants be. So just like that, and after the middle line, however long it is. So that's what you need to measure. Since I'm doing a dress, I'm just gonna take my tan paper and I'm gonna go ahead and attach it on. So just go ahead and looks like the ends of the legs. And I have my 2 legs ready. So now I'm just gonna stick them on. So guys, like I said, I'm not a really good artist. I'm more of like a craft person. So you want to go ahead and just do the best that you can. So I have my mom ready, and now I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, seat her on the bench. So you wanna make your bench pop out, and then you can decide where you want to fold it. So I'm just gonna have it be like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put glue all over the back of my paper mom. So this is good, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it on. So it's easier if you lay your paper flat and then glue it on. I'm not gonna do that just because I feel like it's gonna be easier for me, but you can do that. So now what you can do is you can if you want to draw a little background, and you can write down here at the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw the background. So I'm gonna go off camera for this part because the background doesn't really apply to whatever you're doing. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera. Okay guys, so I really hope all that made sense. And so I sort of drew my background over here. Once again, I know it's not the best, but yeah. Down here you guys can write your message, and I'm actually just going to do that part later. But now for the next step, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the outside. So this part is mostly just going to be me going like fast forward mode, because it's just how you make a simple card. You're going to fold it in half hamburger style, and then you're just going to design the front. So I folded it, and now I can just like design the front however I want to design it. Just like normal, the folded side is going to be the top, and the open side is going to be the bottom. So I'm just going to go and fast forward here, and I'm going to design the cover of my card. Okay guys, so here is my card, and it's pretty simple, just Happy Mother's Day with a little flower, but I like it, and yeah. So now I'm going to show you how to do the next step, and this is, you know, pretty simple, pretty easy. So this is actually just gonna be your last step, and then you are done with this card. So you want to open up this part, and then we're gonna take your inside part, and we're just gonna glue it on. So just like this. Pretty simple, like I said. So we're gonna put glue on the back of this. Just flatten it out. And you wanna put glue everywhere except this little hole in the middle. We're just gonna leave that untouched. Just go ahead and put on your glue. Okay guys, so I have my glue on. It looks really messy, and well, it is. And now we're just gonna stick it on. So if you want to be like really accurate, you can like go around the paper measuring 1 centimeter. But honestly, I'm not like, I don't need it to be that accurate for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick it on. The main thing you want to focus on here is that the middle line over here and the middle line over here match up. So what I mean by match up is like, you know, they're all in one straight middle line. So just like that, and then you can glue it on. And if you do that, then it's going to be mostly even. So, just like this, and you want to smooth it out. Well, here it is. And I'm just going to write my final message over here later. Okay guys, well, I really hope you like your little pop-up Mother's Day card. And like I said at the beginning, my hint to you for my next video, it's gonna be a baking tutorial. So, yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all notifications and to find out what that baking tutorial is gonna be about. Well, I'll see y'all next time. Bye!